Good morning, this is Ginny with LearnWithGinny.com. If you don't know who I am, I'm a home business mom who helps other home business moms get their products and business online where you can get leads for your home business to talk to. Today I'm going to talk about positioning, and the reason why I'm going to talk about it is I was reading it in Ben Suttle's big book of business, and I'm sharing it with you to help myself better understand it. But positioning is where you put yourself out there in the market. And he's got 14, I believe, tips on how to quickly position yourself out there. And I'm just going to quickly go through them, and hopefully it makes sense. Make sure you chime in if you're on Facebook Live and say hi. Let me know where you're from and what your home business is, what your biggest struggle is, because it could be something I could talk about on a next live or something. So I'm going to go through this, and hopefully we will have a better understanding. When you go to my blog post, which will be above this video later, there will be a link to this book so you can get it yourself. There's a lot of good tips in it. Takes me a long time to actually read a book, so there is no audiobook on this one. Anyway, so positioning number 1 is specialization. And this is a powerful one. If you think about it, you need to specialize in something. Let's say if you need a brain surgeon, you're not going to just go to a general practitioner, right? You're going to go to somebody who specializes in brain surgery. So pick what you can specialize in, and you'll be on your way. And I probably need to work on that a little bit more too, but I specialize in helping moms. That's my specialization, because I like to link all these business lessons with parenting. So that's specialization. Number 2 is charge higher prices. If you're a coach or you charge services, people actually place more value on higher priced items. And this is also in Persuasion Secrets. I can't remember the name of the book. Cialdini, I think, wrote it. And it's one of those tricks of marketing that marketers use to get people to buy. And it's interesting, I heard a story once of a lady who owned I think it was one of those treasure stores, you know, like they had used things and refurbished furniture and stuff like that. And she had this necklace on display, and she had it at this really reasonable price for a very long time. And one day when she was going to be out of town, I believe one of her helpers screwed up and put the wrong price on it, a higher price, and it's actually sold. And her sales started going up when she raised her prices, because she realized what happened there. You know, there was more value placed on that necklace, and people bought it because of the perceived more value. Now, you don't want to fall for a trick like that if it actually doesn't have that kind of value, but you can, if you have value, then place a good price on it because you're worth it, right? So higher prices, higher value. Number 3 is look for a hole to fill. And this is basically looking at your market and finding where maybe service is lacking, or where you see people complaining, you know, like, oh, I wish they did this and I wish they did that. You fill that hole, and you found a niche that you can fulfill, and make your way. Number 4 is be a celebrity. And no, you can't be a superstar if you're not already in the acting niche, or if you're not already a super rock star or something like that. But you can definitely take on speaking events. You can write a book. You know, there's a lot of credibility behind books, stuff like that. So that's how you become a celebrity. Number 5 is charge the lowest prices. That one I didn't really get after reading the highest prices, but people definitely go, for example, here to Walmart for a reason, because the prices are lower. So you can position yourself as the lowest price. Number 6 is play up your proof, which means really giving proof of what your service can do for them. And you can do that with testimonials and stuff like that. Might have to reread that one and learn a little bit more. You can JV, which means do joint ventures with, I never knew what JV meant. I always thought, what does that mean? Like junior varsity? But anyway, a JV is a joint venture. So you just find somebody that you can connect with and do business with. You can share lists and, you know, promote your products to each other's lists. That's a way, you know, if you reach out to somebody, they might be willing to work with you if you promote their stuff to your list. So, number 8 is be a leader, not an expert. Yes, I did take Ray Higdon's 3-minute expert course, and it's awesome. I definitely recommend it. And you definitely can position yourself as an expert just because you know something more than what other people know. Everyone knows something someone else doesn't know. So you definitely have something to teach and share. But what I mean by be a leader is people follow leaders. They don't follow experts, if that makes sense. So people are looking for leaders. In other words, that's what Ben says. So number 9 is give yourself a title. And this is a little bit challenging, but this is kind of like giving yourself a tagline. I haven't spent a lot of time on it myself, but give yourself a name. He lists some names here like Doberman Dan. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but he mentions them several times. We'll have to look him up and find out what he's all about. The conversion doctor, the Prince of Print. This was a copywriter. You know, just give yourself a title, a name, and that will definitely position yourself out there. Number 10 is use the contrast effect, and this would be contrasting yourself against a competitor. Just be the opposite of what they are. Number 11 is, I kind of like this one. This is one of the reasons why I follow Ben Suttle. He definitely points out the rotten fruit in the barrel. And, you know, you don't name names, but you definitely point out the tricks that marketers use to get you to buy. And they trick you. So I'm going to recommend that book in my blog post, that Persuasion. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll definitely put it in the blog post because you should read it. It's definitely points out a lot of the tricks that marketers use, and then you'll be able to recognize them and not be tricked into buying something that you don't want. Number 12 is a gutsy offer, and just as an example, I'll fix your car right the first time or I will buy it. That would definitely be a gutsy offer. What if you can't fix it? Then you have to buy it for real, right? If you're a car salesman. Number 13 is be new, even if you're old hat. And what that means is just take a new slant on something. And people are always looking for something new. So if you take a new slant on it, you'll have a little toehold in that market. Number 14 is be inaccessible. This is totally the opposite of what everyone else has ever told me, because everyone tells me to be accessible, definitely take comments on your blog and reply, follow up. The fortune's in the follow up, right? But Ben actually suggests being inaccessible. And there is definitely power in that. I know that in the sales industry where I work, you don't always make yourself available to a customer that's calling you like right this minute. And the reason why is because those customers need to respect your time, and they also need to know that they're not your only customer. It gives you a little bit more positioning and power by them knowing that you're a busy person and that your time is valuable. So I understand that perspective, but I also understand being available a little bit. So be inaccessible. Try that one. And the last one is position yourself against a common enemy. And this would be simply having empathy with your clientele, your customers, your prospects, and recognizing the common enemy that you're all fighting against. An excellent example would be accountants versus the IRS, for example. That would be definitely a common enemy for them and their customers. So I hope some of these positioning tactics will give you some good ideas on how to get your mom home business into a niche, because when you find that groove, you'll find your place, where you need to be, and then you will find your excited customers who are excited to buy from you because you are fulfilling something that they need, and you've positioned yourself to be there for them. I hope that all makes sense. It does make a little bit more sense to me after I tell it to you. So make it a great day, and look for my blog post later. I'll put the link for this book and the Persuasions book in the bottom. I always put those links at the bottom. And get your free training at learnwithginny.com/bootcamp. That's where the free training is on marketing. So make it a great day, and I'll see you next time.